Hello everyone, welcome to the first playthrough of Vindictus Defying Fate's alpha gameplay. My name is Key, the monster and combat designer of the project. Today we'll be playing through the game's first area, show around our main hub village, and go through some extra contents you can check out along the way. Hope you guys enjoyed this developer playthrough today, and if you like what you see, don't forget you can download and play the demo right now from the store below. And consider adding the game to your wishlist to not miss on any further updates. And please keep in mind that what you see here today is still work in progress, and everything is subject to a change later in development. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. As with any other online compatible games, we begin our games by setting the nicknames first. We'll set it to VDF for Vindictus Defying Fate. And as you can see, there are some localization issues. Some translations have been not fully done yet, so we are working on it, so you have to pardon us for that. Okay, after our starting cutscene, we begin the game's tutorial in this misty forest of some kind. This is actually happening outside reality, so in some like dreamlike sequence. So we put some efforts to make this place feel very otherworldly and surreal. As you can see right now. And some important information regarding character controls and such will be explained as guide format on your right side of the screen. As you can see on the HUD on left, you can access the menu throughout the tutorial and select the other characters or skip the tutorial altogether. But I recommend sticking with the tutorial for the first time, since you can check out all the different characters and see which one suits your playstyles the best. Okay, we arrive in this holy arena to start our combat tutorial. You can press the dedicated lock-on button to lock on to your current target and try out some of your current character's moves. As you can see, I'm not very good at it. You can try out basic attacks or maybe wild start by holding the smash button and some mix-up combos. Delia's movesets feel very elegant, as if she's dancing almost. I really like how she's weighty but also graceful in some way. Okay, since we've seen some of Delia's moves, let's go ahead and change the character to the Karok moves. Karok uses his whole body as well as his stone pillar as his four methods of his powerful attacks, and it feels very powerful and over the top to suit his very no-nonsense personality, I guess. It's a very different style from Delia, but I like it nonetheless. Okay, since we've seen Karok's moveset as well, let's go ahead and change back to Delia and finish the tutorial. Okay, next up we go to the character customization screen. Here you can customize your character's body from various body types, or maybe their heights and muscle masses. And if you go to the advanced panel, you get to adjust various body parts of your character to your liking. And of course, you can preview how your character looks in different outfits by putting on all the different outfits. And you can also customize the character's skin, their colors, and maybe their glossiness. But we'll settle for as it is. Since we are very serious about characters' aesthetics in this game, we make sure that every option you can choose from does actually appear beautiful in all the outfits. So with that said, let's finish the customizations. And next up, we have to set our difficulty options. The normal mode offers a default experience, while easy mode offers a slight more advantage, such as more damage when you attack and less damage taken when you get hit. But it's not that significant to make the encounters tasteless. And this choice is not even final, since you can change it mid-game anytime. And even if you set it to an easy mode, it automatically changes back to normal when you play some other content such as multiplayer bosses. And since our combat designers are actually good at the game, we'll just set it to a normal and proceed. Oh, and this version of the game does not include a prologue yet. We've decided to put our focus on combat areas and villages first, and dedicate time for a proper prologue later in the development. So this time we'll just read the premise and move on. Following the events of the prologue, the player arrives in a village named Colhen, looking for a way to join the Colhen mercenaries. The game picks up after this point. Okay, we begin our journey in this cozy little room in some kind of an inn. Looks like this is our room, and you can pick out the balcony to see the beautiful village outside. And there's even a breakfast ready for us. And someone named Steve has left a note for us to go downstairs. The indicator says so as well, so let's go ahead and get to downstairs.
Oh, you're awake. Thank you so much for yesterday. How did you sleep? Are you feeling all right? That's wonderful. It's a nice day out, if you want to look around the village. I wouldn't be here safe and sound if it weren't for you. Thank you once again.
Okay, although we don't know what happened in the prologue yet, this girl is thanking us for something, because in the prologue, we were supposed to handle some problems together with her as our companion.
Is there something on your mind? I was looking for something. A keepsake that belongs to me and my friends. Something from when we were little. No one else would ever go there. I didn't think I'd be running into gnolls. Oh, that's right. Do you remember Marek from yesterday? You should go look for him at the Mercenaries' headquarters. He's the vice captain of the Calbram Mercenaries. I'd like to show you the way myself, but I'm supposed to keep to the inn for the time being. It's still unclear whether the gnolls were coming after us oracles. They want me to stay safe. Anyway, I shouldn't keep you. If you need a place to stay, please come back anytime.
Okay, she told us to go to the mercenaries office to enlist on the mercenaries, but I want to look around the building first. This looks like a proper inn with an inn manager. He's an uncle of T right here, and even a pet spider. Can you see him? Adorable little creature. So let's anyway go out and see the beautiful village of Colhen ourselves. So this is it, our main village. The indicator says the mercenaries office is right over there across the road, but let me take you to a little detour and show you around the town first. Colhen is known for its beautiful cherry blossom trees and patches of flowers scattered all across the town. And there's a town's gate, barricaded for some reason. The reasons we will get to later. And let me go to some higher places to show you around the whole village. We have this beautiful village across the river right here. And up the stairs is some more cherry blossom trees as well as the town's church. And our goddess Morrigan's statue. And there it is, the whole scenic view all around the town. And I think this is a good enough spot to introduce you to the photo mode to you guys. The photo mode can be accessed through the main menu, just like that, and you can spin the camera around to see the best angle for your character's screenshot, or maybe detach the camera and change the latitude altogether to really get a scenic view here. I think this is a good enough spot. Alright, now that's done, let's get down to see the mercenaries. Oh, and we even have this beautiful mountain peak all the way in the distance. Will we get to visit it someday? I don't know, you might. Okay, now that we've seen some sightseeing, let's go back to the town and see the mercenaries. Okay, let's get right in. But angry voices can be heard coming from the doors. I guess we can't just barge in like that.
What business do you have with the Calbrin mercenaries? Membership? Hang on a minute. Aren't you that mercenary from the bell tower yesterday?
The bell tower?
Yeah, you know, the one who saved our oracle.
Oh, so you're the one everyone's been talking about.
Well, I won't stop you if you're planning on going in, but it might be hard to get anything done right now. Yeah, Merrick and the Knight Delegate are going at it again.
Don't know why, but things are getting especially heated today. The Knights won't be so forgiving if this keeps up.
Well, Merrick and the Oracle are childhood friends, right? It's no surprise he's so bent out of shape, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I hear you. Refusing us aid at a time like this?
Ah, forget it. Let's just keep our noses clean and wait for the captain.
There's no stopping that. Can't say I envy Chiara right now.
Anyway, that's what's going on inside. Think long and hard before you step through those doors.
Okay, I guess there is some dispute happening inside. Let's go ahead and see what it's about.
The Foamers were practically at our gates! What do you mean you can't send us reinforcements? I've told you time and time again, we cannot defend this position with a force this small! What's your excuse this time? Not enough supplies? Again? You Knights are nothing but a royal embarrassment.
Watch your words, Vice Captain. I will not take kindly to further transgressions.
This is how it is with you every time. We mercenaries are part of the Order too. We put our lives on the line to serve the kingdom, same as you!
Then fall in line and do as you're told. You'll do well to remember who you take orders from, mercenary.
Dame Quinn! You Royal Knights haven't changed one bit. You expect us to lay down our lives on a whim, but you won't spare us a second thought in
isn't
return.
exactly the best time.
You never fail to let us down.
Come with me.
Do you have any idea what this village has been through because of that?
Any more of this.
Okay, I guess they are having a heated argument. And the captain is not even in here. So let's get aside and talk to this Chiara lady.
You're the new recruit, right? The one that the captain told us about the other day. Sorry about the mess. This isn't how I hoped to be greeting yesterday's hero. But please, do excuse us. The Knolls showing up so close by is kind of a big deal. So, Marek does have a point, but having a fight with the Knight Delegate is bound to have consequences. Oh, I guess you wouldn't know. The lady on the other side was Dame Gwyn, our Knight Delegate. She's like our supervisor from the Royal Knights, exactly on the friendliest of terms. I'm sure Dame Gwyn has her reasons, but is this really the right time to be hung up on protocol? You came here to apply for membership, right? Sorry, but we're in a bit of a spot right now. I don't think we can sort you out before the captain gets back. He's out on patrol. He went out himself, seeing how afraid the villagers are. If it's all right with you, could I ask you to go find him and let him know what's going on? I don't think I can leave Marek alone right now, with the way things are. Thank you. He shouldn't be far. He probably went to the inn first to check in on the Oracle. You should start there. Anything you want to ask before you go? If you do, ask away. I bet you've got a lot of questions, since you're new here. My name? Look at me. I haven't even introduced myself. The name's Kiara. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Well then, see you around, newbie.
Okay, so that was Kara. She's kind of our group's task manager for us. And she wants us to find the captain of the mercenaries ourselves so we can join the mercenaries. She told us to go back to the inn and find if he's there, but I doubt it since we've been there minutes ago.
You did what? Are you mad?
I was just... Oh, you're back. Welcome.
You're back? Do you know this person?
Yes, she's the one who came to the bell tower the other day.
Oh, so you're the one who saved Tiv. Well, you do look very reliable.
Madam Mercenary, this is Cloda. She's an old friend of mine.
Honestly though, did you really have to go out there just for some toy sword?
I'm sorry. I really am.
You could do with a little more sorry, if you ask me.
Okay already. But I just had a really bad feeling. It felt like we'd all forget about each other if we went on like this. That's why I wanted to bring it back.
Oh, that's just nonsense. The four of us have been together this whole time. We're practically family. Marek and I wouldn't forget, and neither would our friend far away. Not even the goddess herself could make us forget.
Cloda, how can you say that in front of an oracle?
Because you're still Tiv to me, oracle or not. Anyway, I'll be heading back now. I'm behind on my orders. As for that proof of friendship, just give it to Marek. Or ship it off to Rochester or something. Oh, and as for you, Madam Mercenary, please come find me when you have the time. I'll be at my boutique right across the street. Don't forget to drop by.
Okay, so that was friend of Tiv, Cloda. We'll get to see more of her right after this, so let's just talk to Tiv and see if Captain's been there.
That's Cloda for you. She leaves quite the first impression, doesn't she? So, how are things at the headquarters? Oh, so that's what happened. If it's Captain Aeon you're looking for, he dropped by just now and left for the magic laboratory. I'll come with you. It's about time I stopped by the temple too.
Tiv, you know you're supposed to stay at the inn.
I know, Uncle. I know why you're worried, but I'm supposed to be an Oracle of Morrigan. I can't stay holed up at home while everyone's out there protecting me. It's my duty to look after people, even if it means walking out into danger. The goddess promised us a paradise free of pain, sadness, and hate. We won't get there if we don't look after each other.
Tiv.
I'll be all right. I'm only doing what I must as the oracle of this village.
Okay, I guess the captain is not even here, so we are supposed to get out, but this guy wants to talk first.
Goodness me. Maybe I do. Call me a stubborn old fool if you'd like, but Colhen is a land of many painful memories. It's this war against the Fomors. This village suffered too many tragedies, being on its front lines. Thanks to the war, our children here are all too accustomed to loss. I never had the chance to make things right for them. Do what she must as the oracle of this village. Today, more than ever, I feel my age catching up to me.
Okay, let's get outside and see where the captain went. But Cloda wants to talk to us first. Okay, we don't have voice for her here yet, so I'm just gonna summarize what she said after this. Okay, Cloda was a fashion designer who worked at the city before, so she just unlocked our fitting room function. We can now access the fitting room from our main menu, just like here, but we'll save it for later and proceed with the quest first. Okay, in front of us is the town's utility and store buildings. They serve mainly as a story progression area for us. And if you look at the signs hanging up there, they're decorated with a unique language system that we made to make the game world feel more immersive and authentic, of course. Okay, there he is. Captain of Mercenaries.
Ah, it's you. Good to see you. The name's Aeon. I'm the captain of the Calbrim Mercenaries. You're the one who saved Teve, our oracle, the other day. Truly, you have my thanks. Had it not been for you, a great sadness would have befallen Colhen, and this village would be left without its greatest source of solace. As quaint and charming as it is, Colhen still lies on the front lines of this war. It's a frontier land, one that shares its borders with Fomor's. We Calbrim mercenaries are stationed here as a regular detachment of the Order of Royal Knights. And it is our duty to defend Colhen and its nearby settlements. This village bears enough scars as it is. We must do everything in our power to prevent another incident like yesterday.
Damn it! Every last one of you Royal Knights can go
That is enough, Vice Captain.
Captain, you...
Captain Aeon, you made it. I want you to make something very clear to your Vice Captain. He answers to you. And you, Captain, answer to me.
You have my sincerest apologies. The blame for my men's actions lies solely upon me. I will see to it that this does not happen again.
Captain, you... Damn it. I apologize.
Well, now that all that's done, we'll talk to Captain and go
I'll
for
be
some
sure
business.
to have a word with the Vice Captain.
Let us hope this is the last of these incidents. And now that you're here, Captain, we can finally get to the matter at hand. But I must ask, who is this person?
She's the one who helped us fight against the Gnolls yesterday. She'll soon be joining us as a member.
I see.
There has been a clear shift in the Gnolls' recent activities. Yesterday is but one example. They made it as far as Colhen's outskirts, and came within mere inches of harming our Oracle. We don't know what they're after. For all we know, Oracles everywhere could be in danger. We need the Crown to come to our aid.
The Crown will give aid if it deems it necessary. The situation is already under review. Or is it your intention to take issue with the workings of the Order?
No, ma'am. I was only hoping to discuss with you how best to respond to the Gnolls' hostilities.
First response against Fomor hostilities. Isn't that the job of you mercenaries? Knights Delegate command operations in the war against Fomors from their stations. Mercenaries, under contract, follow orders to keep the peace within their regions. I doubt this is news to you.
Then we shall take action in line with our duties as peacekeepers.
I do advise you don't act too rashly, Captain. Whether to escalate this war is not for you to decide. Though if you were to come across clear proof of their activities, things could be different.
Yes, Mom. I understand. We mercenaries will see to this task.
I'll be counting on your wise leadership, Captain.
Okay, so they are having some agreements together, finally.
Looks like we've sorted things out, finally.
True.
I'm sorry. I should have done more to talk him down.
No, it's all right. We needed this, in a way. Us and Marek both. It's better to vent your frustrations sometimes than to bottle it up inside. Though our vice captain ought to learn some moderation.
Does this mean the Royal Knights won't be helping us?
It appears they lack a good enough reason to. A single attack on a Borderlands village isn't reason enough to rally the troops. Incidents like these are all too common in these lands. And that said, however, the Gnolls' activities are undoubtedly suspicious. Gwyn knows this, and she's essentially tasked us with an investigation.
As part of peacekeeping, you mean?
That's right. Our priority now is to get eyes on what the Gnolls are really up to. We need to gather clear evidence to mobilize the Royal Knights without provoking further conflict.
That sounds like a job for a smaller team.
Indeed. Let's start somewhere close by, since they made it to that old bell tower. The Northern Ruins. We should find what we're looking for there.
Yes, sir. I'll assemble a team straight away.
Hold on a moment. Why don't we... You there. I hear you're looking to join our corps. After what you showed us yesterday, we'd be happy to have you. But membership does have its prerequisites.
Before you can join us, you'll first have to complete a mission as a senior member's follower. Followers come with us sometimes to help us on our missions. The senior member will mark them on their performance.
I doubt you'll need any such evaluation, but the rules are what they are. And besides, the extra effort will raise your esteem in the eyes of other members. How about it? Will you take on this mission as a follower?
I accept.
All right. Newbie will be our follower heading out to the ruins. And going with her will be me. I think Marek needs more time to himself. And I owe our newbie a favor anyway.
Okay then. Kiara, recruit. Head to the Northern Ruins. Investigate the Gnolls and look for evidence to help mobilize the Royal Knights. I'll send you further details through Kiara. We're sending you out on short notice, so make sure you're prepared before heading out.
I'll go get things ready for our mission. But first, take this. It's the mark of the Colhen Mercenaries. I'll meet you out in front of the headquarters. See you in a bit.
Okay, our first job as a newbie of the mercenaries is go to the disputed area called Northern Ruins, where we can see where we are going on the map on the table as well, and search the area for any proof of enemy's invasion. So let's get outside. But this guy is having a rough day, so let's go talk to him.
Aren't you, the one from yesterday? That's the mark of the Colhen Mercenaries. So, what brings you here?
I
see.
Kiara.
You're going to the ruins then, for your first mission. It's good that you're going with Kiara. She's one of the most experienced members we have. Was it that obvious? I made a fool of myself, didn't I? Getting all worked up.
Yeah.
I wish you hadn't seen that. Yeah, I know. The captain made the right call. And I know that knight has problems of her own. But still, I just can't get past it. What more evidence could she possibly need? And while she's sitting there waiting, what about the village? It's been 10 years now. Not a single knight came for us then. It's as if people's lives in some backwater village don't even mean anything to them. Yeah, That's what we mercenaries are here for. Best do what we can. And now we've even got you helping us out. I'm sure we'll make it through. Take care on your mission, you hear? We'll keep the village safe while you're gone.
Okay, so that was Marek for you. He's not actually a bad guy, he's just very enthusiastic about his duty to make the town safe. Let's go talk to Kara.
Sorry to make you wait. What were you up to?
Talking to
Yeah,
Marek.
I thought I saw him standing there. Good to see he's doing all right, though. We're all set to head out. Let's just go over things one last time. Our mission is to head to the northern ruins to gather intelligence on the gnolls. It might not be so obvious at first what made the gnolls come down south, but we do need to look into what they're up to. Oh, and Captain Aeon got us something from the magic laboratory. We should take a look once we get there. Also, here, take these. Here's your backpack and your map. Calbram mercenary supplies. I brought you the best ones in stock. Okay, first things first, let's get our bearings before we head out. Everything should be marked out on your map for you. Remember, for every mission, your map will tell you where you need to go. There's a map on the table inside the headquarters too, if you ever need it. All right then, let's get going. Lead the way, newbie.
Okay, we are finally ready to head out for our first expedition. The area we are heading is called the Northern Ruins. We can access it through the map from the main menu, just like that. And you can see that Northern Ruins has opened, and in the Northern Ruins we will going to be teleporting right through to the Northern Ruins entrance. So let's go ahead and get out of the town. Okay, we are finally out for the expedition. We start our journey in this narrow cave of some sort. It's kind of our passageway between the town of Colhen and the Northern Ruins.
This is it. This is the Northern Ruins. It's a beautiful place. But don't let that fool you. Are the gnolls really looking for war? They call a truce, but then attack us without warning. There has to be more to this. Let's investigate.
Okay, I think everyone's seeing this place for the first time, even if you played the pre-alpha. That's because since then we built this place anew from the ground up.
Hold on, is that? I think this is what our mage told us about in his notes. Oh, look, he gave us some instructions too. Step 1, locate a source of swirling blue lights. This has to be it, right? Step 2, trigger a reaction with the Brig catalyst. Trigger a reaction? Is he telling us to hold this stone up against the lights? There's a mountain of notes below. Let's see. Footnote. Flovian, hereby named, is a spirit identified through a special reaction of spirit stones. Controlling for several variables while under high concentrations of mana. Patterns of behavior that resemble those of a typical high-order spirit. Whether it is of a species heretofore undiscovered still remains to be...
What a delicate guide.
You know what? Let's just hold the stone up against the lights. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yep. Okay, so this is a campsite. It is actually our save point when we are going through a level. We have to activate it before we can use it, so let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, good. We're all in one piece. It did say it should work like a makeshift campsite. It saves us the trouble of having to collect firewood. It's quite nice, actually. You're familiar with campsites, right? They're places where you can rest and prepare for the mission ahead. Now you should be able to make camp wherever these blue lights appear. No preparation required. There's also this other thing he gave us. Let's see. Flovian flask. Flovian Flask User Manual. For times when you are less than healthy.
Another manual.
Would you look at that? Another endless set of footnotes. Judging by the looks of it, I'd say it's some type of potion. Says here there's one for each of us. So, here. This one's for you. That should take care of the mage's request. Shall we head deeper inside?
Okay, she gave us the Flovian Flask as well. It's our typical health potion, one you might want to consume when you're low in health, and you get your health back. Okay, we can refill our health and the flask by resting in the campsite, as you can see, and you can also access the feeding room and maybe storage as well. And as the game progresses, there will be much more functions unlocking later, such as improving your character's abilities and maybe changing the character you play. But for now, there's not much to see, so let's go ahead and get out of here. Okay, let's go through this narrow...
The place we were headed to is the Northern Ruins Watchpost. It's been left abandoned ever since the Gnolls declared a truce. But if they're preparing for war, there's a good chance we'll find something there.
Alright, we arrive at our first platforming section. We can press A to jump, of course. And as you can see on the other side of the wall, there's some treasure chest waiting for us. In order to get there, we need to get through this little gap, and we're already here. As you can see, we have very minimal platforming sections, but since we are primarily an action game, but we have not missed on any of the exploration aspect of the genre as well. So if you're a keen-eyed player looking around every corner, you'll be rewarded for it. And also be sure to look around and see under these boxes or something. There could be a loot under there. Okay, as we get to this wide open area, we are going to meet some monsters finally.
Are those Higgins? I doubt they'll give you much trouble, but be careful.
Okay, as Kiara said, these are our first monsters, Higgins. They're kind of our wild boars roaming around the Northern Ruins. Since they are our first enemies, they are bound to be a bit easy, but they can get annoying if you lose track of them, since they can just roam or charge in from out of your focus. And they can also... he didn't break the pillar. They can destroy the stone pillars as well, since they're boars, you know.
The others weren't lying when they said you were good. That was a clean fight.
Well, thank you, Kiara. Oh, I'm playing by the gamepad, if you are wondering. So all the guys should be on the gamepad, but if you're playing on keyboard and mouse, they appear different. Like this guide for an active skill. Let's see and what we can do on the next encounter. Okay, you know, there's more to fighting the monsters than taking the chunk of their health off of their health bar. If you see under their health bar, there's some white gauge growing as we attack them. They're called groggy gauges, or stagger gauges. We can grow their stagger gauges by attacking them, as you can see, but since they are weaker monsters, it is kind of hard to keep them alive while we max out on it. But if you use some skills, such as Dahlia's first skill here, you can immediately stun them. And if you stun them, you can perform this cool fatal attack move to kill weaker monsters immediately. Dahlia's attacks and some skills are especially good at giving stagger damages. So with her great sword, and you can use that information to your advantages, maybe. Okay, seems like we have unlocked an ability as well as ability point in this treasure chest. So let's go ahead and see what we can do in the next campsite. As we're going deeper into the Northern Ruins.
We're getting close now. Hope there won't be any surprises.
we see a new type of monster already. Our main enemies of the area, the Null Warriors. But before that, let's go ahead and activate another campsite to see what abilities we have. Okay, as you can see, we have unlocked the ability functions. The abilities are divided between the character unique, specific abilities, and common abilities. The common ones are more of a statistical upgrades, such as increasing the amount of potions we can carry, or more groggy damage as we attack. This common abilities applies not only to Delia, but to all player characters whenever we can get changed to them later in the playthrough. And on the contrast, the character unique abilities concern more of unlocking each of character's unique skills and upgrading them to have more damage and less of a cooldown time. Although there is no right answer in which order to put the points in first, unlocking all the basic abilities of your character is the way to go. So, for our first ability, I will going to be unlocking Noble Retribution, which allows us to counterattack right after we successfully guard enemy's attack. So anyway, we have not suffered any damage at all, so let's go ahead and meet the puppies.
No. Looks like we have to fight.
Yes, we do. Okay, so these are our main enemies of the area, the Null Warriors. They should look familiar if you play the pre-alpha, but since then they have been massively refined to act more naturally in and out of combat. And our counter abilities are very useful against this kind of weapon wielding enemies, since we are always looking for guarding them. And as you can see, if you look under our health bar, there's 4 little capsules glowing with golden energy as we speak. These are called Vigors, and they are Delia's unique resource system. We can gain Vigor by attacking the enemies successfully, as you can see, but we have been maxed out on it, so since we're maxed out on it, there is no more growth here. But more importantly, we get to spend them to use some special skills in some occasion. Like I said, we can guard and counter enemy's attack with the Noble Retribution, and right after we guard counter, we can use special attack ability to use the charge attack to get into enemy's position and dealing massive damage to them. Okay, as we cut them down, we get to our first level up. The stats increase automatically when you level up, so you don't have to worry much about it. Okay, never miss on a loot. And here we find a new type of enemy, our first ranged enemy, the Null Ranger. They usually provide some cover fires for warriors up front, so it's wise to always get them first before dealing with any other monsters. And try not to get surrounded by them, like I just did. I'm having a hard time today. Okay.
Many of them. This can't be right. Did they bring their whole army here?
Yeah, that was a horrible
There's a big
army.
wall deeper inside. We should take a look.
Okay, we've arrived at this wooden fortress, but we can't go in from the front gate, so let's get inside this little gap here. And inside we are going to find some little treasure chest here. Like before, some treasure chests contain ability points, so it's always advised to always look for any treasure chests, since you can miss on any ability points. Okay, let's activate another campsite here. And refill our health. And let's go ahead and see what is left for us. A wide area right after the campsite. What could it possibly be? boss fight, of course. Okay, we arrive at our first boss fight, Wolftail. Yep. He wasn't present in the pre-alpha, but we made him specifically so we can teach you guys the basics of the boss encounters of the game. As you can see, the bosses can be flinched, but when they're attacking, they do get super armor, so we have to be looking out for the enemy's movements and see for the defensive movements, as you can do in guarding and counters. And as you can see, they do get stunned when the stagger gauge goes to maximum, and when they get stunned, I should have supposed to be using the fatal attack, but I missed the opportunity. So let's just kill him as it is. I'm going to show you the fatal attack for the bosses in the next encounter, so don't worry. Okay. Okay, the boss is down, and let's go ahead and see what this wall business is.
The Gnolls did this. But why? They've left us alone so far. Why the sudden change of heart? What's bringing them into human lands? And through this path too, of all places. Have you heard the story before? About the Fomor attack on Colhen? This is the path they used to attack 10 years ago. They built this watchpost here after Colhen burned down. And the surrounding land became a battleground between us and the Fomors. The lines got pushed back and forth for a few years after that. And eventually, the watchpost turned into a no-man's land. I wasn't here for it myself, of course. But when you live in Colhen, it's a tale you get to hear pretty often. It was an unspoken symbol of peace between us for a little while. But now that it's been destroyed... we have to go back and alert the others. If anyone ends up spilling blood over this, it has to be us.
Okay, with the boss down, our first expedition has come to end as well. We will be going back to the town and report what we found to the mercenaries. But don't worry, there are plenty of northern ruins left to explore, since, as you can see on the map, we'll be coming back here in no time. Anyway, let's go back to Colhen and to the mercenary headquarters. Okay, let's go ahead and...
You're back.
This guy was waiting for us, I guess.
Ali, what you doing out here?
I was just waiting for you, and Madam Mercenary.
For us? Did something happen again?
Not really. It's just... I heard the two of you went out to the northern ruins, by yourself. You're both skilled mercenaries, so it's not really my place to say this, but...
Oh, Ali, you were worried about us?
I should have done more to help. I should have been there to lend you my strength. I'm sorry. Dame Gwen isn't wrong. It is the Royal Knight's duty to protect the kingdom as a whole. But I doubt that means we're free to forsake a few lives out on the frontier.
Oh, it's fine. It's not even your fault. Don't worry about it.
Miss Kiara.
Thanks for looking out for us.
Don't mention it, ma'am. I've stolen too much of your time. Captain Aeon's waiting for you inside. Please, head on in.
Okay, so that was Ellie. He's one of the knights. You can see he's a nice guy from a big grin in his face when you talk to him. Anyway, let's get inside and look for what we found.
Therefore, we believe that the Gnolls are showing unmistakable signs of hostility.
The Gnolls breached the wall and were attempting to set up camp.
Will this be enough to convince the Royal Knights?
Who knows? The war on the main front only grows fiercer by the day. The answer is most likely no. Even if we do send word, the Order will only ask for more information. They'll want irrefutable evidence that the Gnolls seek to escalate the war.
But that means we need to go out beyond the watchpost. Out into Gnoll territory. Even if we do manage to sneak in, we'll need time to get the lay of the land.
No, actually. We might not. We used to get a visitor out here who would make regular trips beyond the watchpost. A hunter by the name of Hackham.
Hackham? Didn't he pass away a long time ago?
He did, but he had an apprentice, the owner of Colhen's Traveler Shop.
You mean Kirsty?
She'd be more than willing to help us.
She didn't seem overly thrilled about her lockdown. Are you sure?
I'm sure she'll come around. Colhen is her home too, after all.
Colhen may be her home, but she is still a civilian. But things being the way they are... Let's ask her how she feels. If she refuses, we'll find another way.
Yes, sir.
And you, recruit, you should go with Marek. Gyada reports you've completed your mission with flying colors. Now, as an official member, I'd like you to assist Marek in
Flying
bringing
colours.
Kirsty around.
You made it, newbie. Not that there was any chance you'd fail.
We'll be on our way to Kirsty's then. Let's go. We'll find Kirsty at the Traveler Shop.
Okay, I guess we're going to meet some new faces again. Outside the Mercenary's office in the Hunter shop. By the way, do you guys see how the game works by now? After we complete an expedition, we come back to town and the story bits move forward. And when the time demands for another battle, we go back to the battlefield. Classic and solid, right?
She's gone. She must have stepped away for a bit. We had to restrict access to the northern ruins. Kirsty isn't too happy about that. She makes a living off hunting for furs from the place, you see. Well, I guess there's nothing we can do but wait. I'll stay here. So why don't you head over to the magic laboratory and pay Bryn a visit? He'll be happy to hear how his prototype turned out. Not that he's the type to show it.
Okay, the one we're looking for is not came back yet, so let's go ahead and visit the town's mage, Bryn. He was the guy who made the campsite and Flavian flags for us.
Yes, what is it? That's... the Flavian prototype. Are you here to return it? Leave it on the desk, please. Is there something else you need? Oh, the review. Please submit it in writing. I'm busy. Then keep it. The prototype's more or less complete. Its yields still aren't up to par for mass production, but... hang on. Are you the one who rescued Teeve?
They say I am.
Oh, I see. Do you enjoy tea? I'm not too fond of it myself, but most people seem to enjoy the tea that I brew. I only ever seem to get better at making tea, being holed up in my lab, so you shouldn't be too disappointed. Please come visit again sometime. If you enjoy tea, that is.
He's offering to brew us tea, although he's very socially awkward, as you can see. He's not a bad guy, as well as any other guy in the town. And he's actually very fond of someone we know from the town, as you can see on his desk. But can't blame him. Well, I guess the one we're looking for has came back, so let's go.
Did you come to spy on me in case I decide to sneak off into the ruins?
I told you, that's not why I'm here.
You didn't even pretend to listen to me when I asked for a permit. And now you're here begging for my help. I've got nothing more to say to you. Get lost.
Fomors might be on their way to attack Colhen.
What did you say?
You heard how the Foamer army went after Teeth, right? Those Foamers, they were gnolls, Kirsty, from the northern ruins.
Gnolls? But why?
We don't know all the details. That's why we need your help. If there's war coming, us mercenaries can't hold out on our own. We need proof to rally the Royal Knights. We need something better. Something more convincing than what's out there at the Watchpost. You know the northern ruins better than anyone. We need your help. Help us, Kirsty. We can't let Colhen relive the tragedies of its past.
So, who'll be coming with me?
She will. She's new, but I can vouch for her skill.
Fine. Follow me inside.
Oh, thank you.
Not you, Marek. I still don't want anything to do with your mercenary corps. I've got deadlines to meet. You don't mind if we leave right away, do you?
Of course not. I'll get everything sorted out for you right away.
Okay, I guess she's going to help us after all. So let's go ahead and get inside and help her get ready.
Shall we gather up some gear? Just a few more things, and we should be good. The rest of my gear's already packed. I was planning to sneak out on my own, you see. So, you must be wondering why I changed my mind. Your most important skill as a hunter is knowing how to read your prey. Did it notice you? Is it hostile? Or is it trying to flee? Things of that nature. And Marek, say what you will, didn't look like he was lying. And as for you, well, you had a nice scent about you. It's hard to explain. Anyway, could you grab a few things for me over there?
Okay, since she's going, we are helping her packing up her gear. So many swords of hers and a little notebook. I guess it's a blueprint for her. And it's already done.
Now, we just need to pick up a few things from the blacksmith. Cross the bridge, just behind my shop, and you should see him straight ahead.
Never mind, since she wants us to go to the blacksmith this time. The blacksmith is right behind the town, across this little bridge. And he holds all this property for himself. He's kind of a grandiose man.
I'm done with your repairs. You took real good care of those repel guns there. Wasn't much to do despite their age. Do you use both of them by yourself?
The other one used to belong to someone else. I don't even need to test them out to tell they're in good shape. Thank you. Alright then, let's get going. Let's start at the watchpost.
Okay, we are finally ready to go for another expedition. But before then, we want to show you some of the most anticipated systems of the game, the fitting room function. You can access the fitting room from the main menu, just like that. And you can see on the first page there are catalog options that we can get by spending the currency. From all the outfits are available, and even hairstyles and lenses and makeups too. Since we have enough money to buy a new outfit set for us, let's go ahead and buy something appropriate for the journey. And maybe we want to go with this heavy armor set to suit the occasion. Okay, so let's equip the new outfit we bought from the appearance section, and let's go ahead and go to the equip set menu and equip the new outfit. And by the way, you can also change the color of your current equipment by going into the current configuration of your outfit and go to presets and select each part of the outfit to change its color. As you can see, we can select the close parts of our armor and change its color to whatever we want. And each part of the equipment, if you want to change it, it does cost some color dye, which we have in like 8 of them, as you can see on top right side of the screen. But we are going to set it as it is, since we like this coloring. Okay, we start by where we set off just before. Let's get through the arena.
Breach the wall. Something must have happened here after all. The path ahead is through those vines.
And we are going through this cave under here.
There's a way down at the end of this tunnel. Let's make our way over there.
And after the tunnel, we arrive at this giant stone construct.
Here, take this. It's a rappel gun. You'll need it to climb down. It's a good piece of kit. It should work just as well on any other rope or chain. I always meant to give it to someone. Better that than have it sit around collecting dust. I get the feeling you'll make good use of it. And if my master taught me anything, it was to pay heed to these instincts of mine.
She likes to say that line over and over again, I guess.
Hook it up to the chain and pull the trigger. And your rappel gun will do the rest.
Okay, let's use the rappel gun she just gave us and get down to the bottom of it. Okay, we are at the
so try not to lose it.
bottom floor. Let's go ahead and activate another campsite to mark our real start of the journey. And since we're here, let's go ahead and use the ability point we got from killing the last boss to gain some more, unlock some more skills for our character here. And I guess instead of unlocking the new skill for this one, I will go to the Whispering Rose and upgrade it to decrease its vigor consumption by half. It is really powerful ability, so I'm gonna go there first. Okay, so let's get into this cave.
We're a ways off the beaten path, so we might run into some gnolls. There shouldn't be too many, but be careful.
Like she said, we are visited by the gnolls already. And there's even an ambush behind us. We have to be careful, since the gnolls are packed in this tunnel. But they are no match for us, nonetheless. And next up, we have 3 Gnoll Rangers waiting for us. They could be a bit tricky, so we have to be careful here. Oh, and even if you don't see the Gnoll Rangers in your sight, their bowstrings make a particular sound. Like that, right before they should, so use that information to your advantage. And they're not gathering around as comfortable as you want. Okay, let's use the skill to cut them down both, rail at it. Alright.
What are they doing here?
Okay, we've got some new type of Gnoll Warrior here. This one is called Gnoll Veteran. He's our elite grade monster. It's some way between normal and boss monsters, we assume. And as you can see, he does not get flinch just like the boss does when he's attacking, so we have to be a little bit careful and see what he's doing while he's doing his attacks. But he's not as strong as a boss, so not that much of a difficulty for you. And be careful not to pull any other enemies into the fight, since the fight can get real chaotic if you do. Okay, let's open up this treasure chest here. And since our health is down, let me go ahead and show you what other flask we have. So this health potion is something else than our Flavian flask, and it can heal your last health just like the flask does, but it does over time, very slowly, but it's useful nonetheless. We are going to put it in our quick slot for faster use. Okay, done that. And use it to refill our last health. Okay, let's go ahead and get up this stone wall here.
There weren't this many gnolls the last time I was here. Good thing I didn't come here alone. Does this really mean war?
Okay, as we get outside of the stone construct, we see some more gnolls and Piggin hanging with him. Wonder what they were up to. As I said, Piggins can be a bit annoying if you lose track of them, so it's advised to always take care of them first before dealing with anyone else. And in this case, the Gnoll Rangers are paying as well, so I'm going to stick behind this stone pillar to avoid his arrow attacks and deal with Piggins first. Use up this another potion to fill up our health and deal with this ranger. Oh, there is a loot there. And also an old warrior. Okay, are you alone? Of course not. Enemy's density are getting thicker as we get inside, so we should be careful here. Alright, that's the last one of them. I see the campsite lighting up from the sky, to the sky, maybe.
These barricades, they weren't here before. If they've gone this far. It's only gonna get more dangerous from here. That won't stop you though, will it? Yeah, it won't stop me either. If war does break out, I won't get to just stand by and watch. Besides, I've got a score to settle. I've lost enough commission to buy me a house in Rochester, thanks to that lockdown. I have to see for myself what's going on.
Okay, let's get through this little gap in the stone. She warned us about more enemies since we're going into the enemy spaces this time, so we have to be careful as we venture in. And activate another campsite to refill our last health. Alright. Let's go and see what many more gnolls we have in our hands.
They found us. Here they come. Watch yourself.
And they found us right as we approached them. What an alert guard they have. There's another ranger waiting for us. So let's go ahead and see the rangers first.
The way out is through. There are ruins ahead. Let's head there first.
Right. We are leveling up quite nicely. And there's a treasure chest waiting for us here. We are looting all the Gnoll's treasures. They're going broke. And they don't know a single thing about it. Okay. We have get out of that place and in this wide open downhill. And there's There's a log
There's a
coming
nook
down.
in that wall.
How do you approach this? Of course, there's a safe spot on the way uphill, and there's a small warrior waiting for us in the spot as well. Okay, we should go to the next spot as soon as possible. Ooh. And that chicken just charged himself to death. Not death, but soon enough. I am not risking another log coming down. Let's go over this time. Get out of my way. Oh, I think he's gonna kill himself. Nice. Alright. Okay, and we are finally out of this log area.
Would take advantage of that.
Just doing a poor job guarding this place. Okay, and we meet another null veteran with Piggin guarding him as today. This could be a bit difficult, so let's go ahead and take care of the Piggin first. And take care of the red ram on himself. Okay. He was no match for us. Let's go ahead and activate lever to open up this gate.
These rooms should be connected to the caverns too.
Is there a
It's
campsite?
just a
No.
guess, but we don't have much choice, so let's get moving.
Just another chest. We can use the rappel gun to get up to this zip line. And there is no campsite in sight as well. There's just a huge treasure chest waiting for us in there. And where the heck you came from? Alright. This chest does look different from all the others, because it has ability points, some materials, as well as 1,000 hand airs. A lot of fortune. But what we need is a campsite, not another chest. The loot is good enough here.
Hold on. I think I heard something. What are they up to?
Look at the gnolls, they're busy fighting up their fortresses. Oh, someone's following us.
Damn it! They followed us!
Oh, I guess Kirsty is going to take care of him herself. Nice shot.
Come on, this way!
Guess she wasn't just a dead weight on us after all. That's good to know.
Damn it. We have to find another way out. If we follow the fireflies, we should find a way out. Hopefully.
Okay, as you can see, some of her dialogues hasn't been translated fully. But we'll get to it in a second. But anyway, let's just activate the campsite finally and get some rest. Okay, I think we are going to the finish line of this expedition. So let's get into this wide open area.
Looks like I
This
was
must
right.
be the exit.
Just a bit more, and we should be safe. Come on, let's head back to... No!
Of course, it's not that easy, because you have to get past this boss. So, this one's name is Fang. He could be a bit difficult from our last boss, Wolftail, since you can use a special attack that penetrates all the guards when you try to guard them. If you try to guard them, you get knocked back with some damage on your hands. So, be careful when the enemy's eyes glow yellow, because they do that right before they do that special move. And by the way, do you guys recognize Fang here? He was our first boss in the pre-alpha, but we realized he was a bit too strong to be the first boss of the game, so we moved him to the proper arena and kind of let him go wild. And let me show you the final move on the boss, finally. It wasn't enough to shut him down. We did a charge attack on him. Oof. And finish him off. Okay, let's go ahead and get out of here.
Fang. It's quite a famous one among us hunters. Whenever someone wanders too deep into null territory, it shows up as if to say, this land belongs to us. It used to be that if you turned around, you could get out safe. But what's it doing down here, in these ruins? Killing and being killed, that I can understand. I make my living off the death of other creatures after all. But hunting and war are nothing alike. And these gnolls are clearly preparing for war. If we're looking to save the village, I need to gather my thoughts.
Sure, you do that. And let us go back to the village. Okay, sometimes you can see that there's some pop-up coming off when we do something. That means we have successfully completed the Calbram Supplies missions. The Calbram Supplies offers us some makeups and rewards, as well as some outfits that are not available in the store, as you can see. When we successfully complete the mission and gain the reputation, you can gain reputation by completing daily missions and as well as challenge missions. The daily missions reset every day, and challenge missions are permanent, as you can figure it out, as you can figure. And there's many more rewards we can get right now, so let's go ahead and claim it all. Okay, we gained some ability points as well as some makeups and Hanner as well. They will come very useful. Alright, we came back to town. And let's go into the office to report what we found.
Not only that, but they're also setting up camp out in those ruins. Colhen needs reinforcements.
Yes, that should be sufficient.
Does that mean?
I will call for an assault on the gnolls. I've already sent word to my commanders, and I've been entrusted with making the call. Approval should only be a formality. It won't take long. We turned a blind eye to the Gnolls because they had declared themselves to no longer be Fomor. This was only a few months ago. I'm sure you remember too, Captain. We, Royal Knights, had received word from the leader of the Gnolls. Their chieftain, Crimson Gale, had come to terms with the Fomor commander, Shakar, to strike out on their own. And he claimed he no longer wished to be at odds with us. So the Crown decided to grant them the privilege of coexistence. Given the circumstances, we needed irrefutable evidence to overturn that decision. And it seems you, Mercenary, have brought back the evidence to do just that. Fomors are nothing but Fomors in the end. They return our kindness with betrayal. I'm hardly surprised.
What about our reinforcements?
Commander's aware of the situation. Reinforcements should depart as soon as word arrives. I expect they will be joining us on the battlefield. What's the matter? Isn't this what you wanted, Vice Captain?
Then what about the village?
We will be launching an assault on the Gnolls. Defending Colhen is not part of the plan. From the beginning, my mission has always been to keep an eye on the Gnolls. It's up to you mercenaries to defend your villages. Any objections?
No, ma'am. But one thing's for sure. Your blasted order of knights doesn't give a damn about people's lives. You don't care who lives or who dies. You're no better than those bloodthirsty Gnolls.
He's saying something.
Marek.
Will that be all then? Captain, I leave it to you to assemble the mercenaries.
Yes, ma'am. That said, hasty decisions make fertile ground for mistakes, Dame Gwyn. They will surely retaliate, and your choices today may lead to dire consequences. Why did the Gnolls break their side of the agreement? We've yet to find an answer to this question. Will I be able to count on your wise leadership, Dame Gwyn?
The Order will make the decisions.
Okay, now that the Knights are decided to aid us, we are finally holding forces for our full barrage attack on the Gnolls.
An assault on the Gnolls? If the Gnolls really are going behind our backs, the Fomor army will be sure to retaliate. And when they do, the target of their retaliation will no doubt be Colhen.
Yes, I know. But there isn't much we can do about it now. The Knight Delegate's decisions are not entirely her own. The best we can do now is to see this mission through as quickly as we can. And in doing so, we'll be protecting the village. Vice Captain Marek, what we need now is the Vice Captain of the Calbrim Mercenaries, not the Marek of Colhen.
Understood, sir.
Let's sum it up. We, Calbrim Mercenaries, will see this mission through as quickly as we can. This is all for Colhen's protection. No blood, other than our own, must spill from this village. We will leave behind only minimal defenses. Our orders will arrive in half a day. Make sure you're prepared to leave when they do.
Half a day? But that's barely enough time for a messenger to make the trip.
Seeing how she called it a formality, I'd wager the matter has already been settled within the Order. They must have seen the Gnolls as a potential threat and been aching to get rid of them. All anyone had to do was give them an excuse. I doubt they had any faith in the agreement from the start.
Damn it.
And perhaps there was no stopping it. Once the Gnolls decided they wanted war. You should get what rest you can. We'll be needing your strength in the coming fight. Good work out there.
Thank you. Okay, Marek wants us to visit the blacksmiths before we set off, so let's get there. I think it's time to fix ourselves a new weapon for us. We are looking to craft a new weapon. Blueprints. We need ores, fuels, and whetstones. Yeah, and it takes resources to enhance your weapons as well. That means we can do that from now on. Alright, we unlocked the weapon crafting function, so let's talk to blacksmiths and get into weapon crafting menu. And as you can see, there are a few options we can choose from, and there's even one we can make right now already. It requires some currencies as well as materials, which we've gathered throughout the expeditions. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a first weapon. Okay, it is complete, and we can equip it through the appearance menu. And it seems like we can even upgrade our weapon too, to have it increase the stats they give us. So let's do just that. Couple more times, and level 3 enhancement complete. Okay, now that all that's done, let's go to the fitting room and equip the weapon we just made. There we go. Looks like it's made out of a solid steel. It looks really nice on us since we have the heavy armor on us. Not only does it look nice, it now can handle some damage as well since we have enhanced it to a maximum. So let's get to the inn and get some rest before we can set off.
You look very tired, Madam Mercenary. The room upstairs is all yours. Please, take your time. Teve has gone to the temple. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. I'm sure she'd be happy if you paid her a visit. You can find the temple at the top of the hill, across the bridge, behind the mercenaries' headquarters.
Okay, of course we can't rest. We need to find Teve now. She is the town's oracle, so she sometimes resides on top of the hill in the church to give spiritual guidance to people who are in need, maybe. And maybe she wants to give us her blessings since we are going into the warfield this time. Look at her, she's all in a different outfit now. We can see all her glory. Sometimes, like Teve, some characters may change outfits depending on the situations. So which character would you like to see in a different outfit next?
Uncle Ernwas must have told you I was here. You don't look so good. Is something the matter? Is there going to be a war after all? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't afraid. What do you fight for, Madam Mercenary? Erin is a paradise, free of all pain. Eradicate the Fomor. Their blood will open the gates of paradise. The day the Fomors shed their final drop of blood, I shall come to you and spread my wings.
That is some bloody goddess.
Do you also dream of paradise, Madam Mercenary? It's a favorite subject among the people here. They come to me with questions like, what's it like there? Or, are we getting any closer? I might be an oracle, but I don't really know. Whose blood, and just how much of it, do we need to spill to open the gates of paradise? You better get going. Thank you for coming by. I'll pray for you. I'll pray for there to be a little less blood. And for everyone to be safe.
Okay, the bell tolls for the call of duty. So apparently we humans are in some kind of a mission to eradicate all Fomors in order to make heaven befall on earth, quite literally in this case. This kind of a deep lore and world building is also a core part of our game, so if you're interested, listen out for character dialogues in between the combat sequences. You won't be disappointed, I assure you. Okay, we are back in the office hall, and looks like the reinforcements has arrived already. The ground is jam-packed with soldiers now. And I think we fit just right in with our heavy armors.
The Royal Knights of Rochester hereby authorize this assault. Signed, Deputy Commander Riordan. The Royal Knights will no longer overlook these flagrant acts of hostility.
Well, that was easy.
Our enemies are amassing their forces as we speak. And their threat will only grow the longer we wait. A regiment from Rochester is on its way to the northern ruins. The Calbram mercenaries will form the vanguard and breach the enemy's defenses. The Royal Knights will join you shortly thereafter.
We're short on time, so I'll fill you in on the details along the way. That said, we've been tasked with the scouting, since we're the ones most familiar with the land.
Yes, sir. I'll find suitable candidates. I'll do it. The scouting. Kirsty, what are you doing here?
I brought her.
We can't get civilians involved in the mission, Kirsty.
Look, no one else in Colhen knows their way around the ruins like I do. And besides, haven't you made me be your guide once already? I can't let Fomors take my home and my hunting grounds away from me.
Exploring in peacetime is one thing. Scouting in wartime is another.
With all due respect, Captain, I don't think we can stop her. And I don't think we should stop her either. Kirsty, she's here for the same reason we are, sir.
Still, the answer is no. We cannot guarantee your safety, Kirsty. You too, recruit.
Okay, I guess.
You look ready to tail us in secret if need be. I shouldn't have let Marek have his way. Fine. But she'll be coming with us in the reserve. Chiara, we'll be forming a main force separately.
Understood, sir.
Pack up your gear, everyone. We're heading out.
Alright, now that the knights are here to aid us, the final battle against the gnolls finally begin. So let's get outside and get ready to go to the real war. What do you want from me? Something he wanted to tell us? And he's talking about the follower we can have. Bring a follower with you regardless. Alright. Alright, he was talking about the followers we can have as our sidekick in our battle. So let's go to get to the ruins one last time and see what we can do about it. Okay, as we arrive at the campsite, we see someone else standing before us. It's Karok, another one of our player characters. Like this, follower system allows us to summon another player character as our NPC sidekick to aid us in our battle. We can change the companion to any other player characters in the roster, as you can see, just except the one you're currently playing right now. And maybe this time we'll change him to Fiona, since her defensive abilities will come really handy as we barrage into the enemy bases. And as you can see, we can change the main character you're playing right now, but I'm going to save that function for later. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring Fiona into the third expedition and get through this Fang's arena. I can get into the enemy's bases. There we go.
I didn't think they'd have built all this out beyond the ruins. We need to get out ahead and secure a site for the mercenaries to rendezvous with the knights.
Okay. let's just activate the campsite and go just in case. And since we are heading really deep into the enemy spaces this time, we are expecting all kinds of enemy to greet us. Like this pigant here. And as you can see, Fiona can handle herself quite some damages, since she can use all the combos we can use. But we shouldn't let our guards down, since the enemies rarely give their attention to the companion. And our intentions are that the followers should always remain as a sidekick, while the spotlight should always be on the main character, the player, of course. Okay. Let's get 2 more of them. Isn't it really nice to have someone take your back? Okay. We are done with that. Let's go ahead and activate the lever. And looks like there has been a major battle taking place already. There's allies as well as their enemy. Our enemies have taken much damage from the battle. Our friends in the Mercenaries are having a strategy meeting about the white knoll that is blocking our way here. Maybe that's our next boss. So, since we are expecting a boss encounter, let me go ahead and change our main character to Karok. Since Karok's unique ability to stand off one-on-one against the boss should come in handy as we get into the boss fight. Okay, we've changed Delia to Karok. And let me go ahead and use the ability point to unlock some skills for Karok. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and see this new boss. There he is. That is some fast shots. Okay, here we finally meet him. The boss with a giant bow and arrow, Snowskin. He was a force to be reckoned with in the pre-alpha as well, but he's gotten even better since then, since he has now some melee attacks to compensate with this when the enemies get too close to him. But with that said, the best strategy still is to get into a close combat range with him, since he'll try to gain some distance in order to make room for his arrow attacks. So chase him down when you try to do that, and you won't have much of a difficult time at all. And it's especially great for Karok, as you can see, since he has this unique defense passive called Absorb Shock that allows him to ignore the enemy's attacks while he's doing his combos. So he literally doesn't even have to move an inch while he's trying to do his moves. Let's go ahead and chase him down. It's especially great against this kind of a fast boss like him. Okay, we finally stunned him. Let's see how his Karok's fatal attack looks like. It doesn't do much damage, unfortunately. But it does no damage to us as well, so it's a matter of stamina. And he's done. See, that wasn't so hard at all. And above us, the battle is getting brutal. And that guy's head fell off. But fortunately, our friend Marek can hold on his own quite well.
Damn it! Where are the knights?
Thankfully, knights are just in time for them to shine.
Leave none of them alive!
Nice.
You held up well.
And
Now
you're
things
late.
get a little easier.
Okay. Anyway, our friends are finally here. Let's go ahead and see how the situation is.
Newbie! Kirsty! Are you alright?
Yeah, sorry. I know we're supposed to be ahead of the pack, but I was falling behind the knights. Does this mean we've messed up your plans?
No, it's fine. I know why you came here. We'd have had a lot more casualties if not for you. Thank you. Our plans haven't changed. But I think we might have to stay here a while and regroup. Everyone's tired. The fight's tougher than we thought. Catch up to the knights, newbie. We'll be right behind you.
Okay, we are not joining forces with them after all, and we are just gonna take the side road and get to the planking job as usual. There is another campsite waiting
We're
us.
one step behind.
Skip the ladder. And refill our health. And this time let's change up our characters again. Maybe let's go with Delia and change our companion to Lan. Since Lan's fast attacks and mobility would come in very handy as we approach the enemies again. And see if there's another attack we can have. Right. Okay. And besides, we look like quite a team already, doesn't it? Okay, let's go ahead and get to the trenches. And this guy is flying out of everywhere and greeting us quite well. Did you finish him up? Whoa, you're quite good. Look at that, the whole place is burning down, and they're literally coming out of everywhere. Let's get some more loot and get down under this log. And look at that, there's a whole war going on top of the hill. And looks like there's some rangers waiting for us on that watchtower that we can't get from here. We'll have to find some way to get them down. And by the way, do you guys like cinema? Yeah, because we do too. Let's cut the tower down and finish the rangers dropping down from above. And there's another no ranger waiting for us. Okay. Another one, alright. We'll get to you later. And he's destroyed in no time. Did he left anyone alive? No, they're all dead. We didn't suffer any significant damage for our health, to our health. Okay, there's no veteran again. Oh. Why am I like this? Let's go ahead and fill his stagger gauge since he has so much health. And try to get him to stun. Do some damage, Lan. Alright. Finish him off with a fatal attack. Great. Our health is getting really low. Thankfully those gnolls up there are not coming down. And I really like this part of the game, by the way. All the enemies are... whole armies coming down on us. And it's up to us whether we get through this adversary and come out of this alive. Feels really climactic, doesn't it? And looks like I'm going to die if I'm not careful enough here. Oof. Okay. Get out of the arrow's way. Oh my god, Lan's dead, Lan's dead. I should get to the safety and heal up first. Okay, let me get to you. All at once. Never mind. Alright, alright. I can finally get to the archers. And by the way, please tell us how you feel about this war scene, because it does feel kinda overwhelming for new players, since there are so many of them. But it is kinda on point since we are going really deep into the enemy spaces, and it should feel overwhelming, I think. But tell us nonetheless, since your experience and feedbacks are the most important things. Anyway, I think we are finally at the end of the trenches. Let's get up this ladder.
Is that the knights fighting up ahead? Let's join them.
And looks like our friends in arms weren't as lucky as us. They must have had a giant battle on their way here. Victory is at hand. What are we waiting for then? We have no healing potions. What should we do? And as we approach, we see some giant red gnoll cutting down all our allies. As Kirsty said, that is our gnoll's chieftain, Crimson Gale. He was a iconic figure in the pre-alpha, so of course he has some critical role in the main story as well. Let me cut down this warrior here and get to the rangers. There is so many of them. Last one. Finally. And there's even more of him. We are doomed. Never mind, our friends are here.
Their leader's just ahead. You have the advantage. Push forward with everything you've got. Victory is at hand.
Crimson Gale, he's here. He's regretting his life choices, I think. All the gnolls are dying right now. Oh, can he do it? Yes, he did. Game over. Nice, game over for him. He missed his chance. He deserved it.
After him!
Okay, we didn't even have to lift a finger. Our friends finally took care of him. Let's go ahead and chase down Crimson Gale. After we refill our health, of course. And since we're expecting another boss fight, maybe with Crimson Gale, I'm going to dismiss Lan from the party, since I wanna deal with the boss one-on-one. Maybe do we have ability? Okay, let's unlock less ability on Delia. Let's go ahead and meet the boss. Wow, he's a strong one. Okay, even though it's not Crimson Gale, we have another boss fight in our hands. This one is called Sharptooth, and he's kind of our final setback for our way to Crimson Gale. And he is powerful enough to suit that role with his fast attacks and aggressiveness. As you can see, he can use a wide array of our pierce attacks, but as well as guard pierce attacks, he makes use of another kind of special attack. As you can soon see, this one is called Precision Attack. You cannot regularly guard or dodge this kind of blue attack, but when you do it perfectly in time, like I failed miserably here, unlike me, if you do it perfectly in time, you can deflect it and give huge stagger damage to the attacker. I will try to do it next time, I promise. Sometimes accidents happen. So let's wait for the next opportunity. Yes, this time we can do it. Deflect! Okay, we did it. As you can see, it did a massive stagger damage to the attacker. Anyway, with this kind of enemy, it is important to believe in yourself and take risks in order to gain advantages and change the tides of battle, just like I did. Fatal action, can we finish him off? Of course not. Oh, another fatal selection. I mean, precision attack. Deflected. Cut him down. And maybe we can finish him off with the charge attack. Nice. Oh, that was so close. Why are they always late?
Is that all of them?
There you are. Are you all right?
Good to see you.
We're almost done here. All that's left now is their leader.
Hey, you all right? We'll get you home. You'll be fine.
Dame Gwyn and our captain are discussing the plan ahead. It won't take them very long.
Okay, it looks like all our friends are here to meet our final boss.
Yara, how are things back at the village?
No strange movements in its vicinity, thankfully. We'll have to look out for any stragglers, but our people back home should be able to handle it. And since things are wrapping up here, I think I'll start taking the wounded back to the village.
Thanks. I appreciate it. All right, newbie. Our mission now is to go after Crimson Gale. And thanks so much again for your help. You've spared a lot of people a lot of pain. You're coming with us too, right, Kirsty? Kirsty?
Yeah, sure. I came all this way after all.
With Crimson Gale gone, Colhen should be safer. For the time being, at least. Let's stay focused. There's just a bit left to go.
I'll wait for you in the village, newbie, alright? Don't hurt yourself.
Thank you. Okay, I think everyone's coming along.
We've suffered many casualties to get here, but finally the end is in sight.
All that's left now is their leader, Crimson Gale. Our remaining forces should suffice.
We'll assemble a party to assist you.
Let's get going. We have no reason to wait.
Are you still certain, by the way, about your decision? I mean, in this situation.
Don't you already know the answer, Captain?
I do. I know that at this point, it makes no difference whether we're right or wrong. We will track down Crimson Gale and put an end to its life.
True.
But as a result, we will never learn the reason for the breaking of their truce.
I didn't realize the Fomos were of such interest to you, Captain.
It's Colhen's safety I'm interested in, Mom.
Well, I'm sure the Gnolls must have had their reasons. But we are here to uphold the will of the goddess and the crown. And as for Fomos, downfall is the only fate that awaits them.
Fate. There may come a time when you must question your own, Dame Gwen.
Be that as it may, that time isn't now.
Nope.
Let's get going.
We need to get going.
Your new recruit showed exceptional skill in battle. Assign her to the party, if you can.
As wish, Ma'am. You're here just in time. We made it this far thanks to you. I'll leave it up to you whether you join the hunt for Crimson Gale.
Of course we'll go.
But I would appreciate your help.
We are going to get to see our final boss, finally. And look, everyone is gone. All that's left is Crimson Gale. Looks like he's badly wounded. It must be Crimson Gale's blood. Up on the top of the rock
You
too.
climbed over all that. Kirsty, is there a way around?
Sir, There's a gap down here.
But it looks too small to get through. Damn it all! I won't let some rock get in my way!
Captain!
That thing won't Newbie! Come on! You're the only one who could stop it!
Am I? Of course I am.
Here, let me help.
Let's go. Let's go.
Go! Now!
Oh, it's on me. Of course it's on me. And just like that, we are confronting the final boss on our own. In this beautiful arena. With a sunset. So calm. In contrast to the battlefields before. Okay. And unfortunately, we will end our playthrough today here. Why you ask is to keep the best part untouched, so you guys can have the complete experience playing on your own. That's what video games are all about, after all. Hope you guys enjoyed the developer commentary today. There was just so much more content we wanted to show, but just couldn't fit in this time schedule, including the whole new area and even multiplayer bosses. So please don't forget to check out the game for yourself, and if you liked it, put it on wishlist so we can visit you sooner. Anyway, this was Key, hope I can see you guys again soon. Thank you!